What is up, you guys? Welcome if you're new. Welcome back. If you're not, I almost forgot my own line there. I'm Reese, and in today's video, I am going to be checking out this Life is Strange 4 trailer that I only knew about just by something sliding across my recommended screen where someone was doing a video about their thoughts with it or whatever, and I was like, wait, is that real? Is that really a thing that's happening? Is there going to be a Life is Strange 4 and I'm just now hearing about it? So in this video, I'm going to give a little bit of my background with the Life is Strange series, and then I'm going to go ahead and react to this trailer showing off the next Life is Strange installment in the series. So if any of that interests you, join the party chat and let's see what the heck is going on. Necessarily have a whole lot of footage to go along with what I'm saying, so I hope you'll be fine just listening and seeing me talk for the most part as I look at my background here. So it all started with the original Life is Strange, where my brother, who you'll obviously hear me mention a lot, he played it one time and I watched him play. This was at a time where those games where you're able to really choose your path, those kinds of games weren't too, I guess you could say, mainstream, and they definitely weren't at the scale of Life is Strange at the time. Now, obviously, as time goes on, there's Detroit Become Human, The Wolf Among Us. Now there are so many of these types of games, it's insane. But my introduction to that type of game specifically was the first Life is Strange, when it came out for the PlayStation 4. I didn't play it myself at first, and honestly, as it was something foreign to me, I wouldn't have wanted to initially just because the gravity of the choices being made. But I always have been someone who would love to be in control of how I react and the things I do within a game's story. So the idea of what you do really matters is something that appealed to me. I think also there was The Walking Dead, but I can't remember the exact timeline in which I was exposed to the games personally to know which came first for me. The one that really got me interested in this sort of game was Life is Strange. And not only just in the fact that you get to choose your story, but also in the soundtrack, the atmosphere, overall aura that you get when you first begin Life is Strange. Obviously, it takes a darker turn as the game progresses, but there is something so different about that. I don't know what words you describe it, like an indie, I don't want to say vintage, but like, there's this certain atmospheric element to Life is Strange that really got me personally interested in the franchise and interested in finding other games of this nature. And also, another cool thing was watching different people play Life is Strange. It would always be interesting because you can hear their thought process behind the choices they make, and not everyone makes the same choices that you would. And I feel like that was a really cool thing because everyone's experience playing it is going to be different to some degree based on how they do it the first time around. I personally love this. If you've been on the channel long enough, then you guys know I like to be immersed within a game, be it by character customization, feeling like I'm there, or being able to choose dialogue option, whatever. I like to be immersed in some way where I feel like I am the character in the game. And this kind of goes into what I talked about in one of my videos where with set main characters, Max is obviously a set main character with a personality, nothing like mine. But the immersion happens because I am choosing what she does. So it's like, even though she doesn't act how I would act, at least what she's doing is what I would do if I was in that situation, if that makes sense. Yeah, that was sort of all the appeal for Life is Strange 1. So obviously when Life is Strange 2 came out, I'm like, I want to see someone play that. I didn't play Life is Strange 2 until after playing True Colors. So let's just keep that context in mind. Me personally, however, I saw Life is Strange 2 be played before I played True Colors. Do you follow what I'm saying there? Life is Strange 2, it follows a male main character, which I thought would be really interesting, but it definitely took a completely different route than what I expected coming off of Life is Strange 1. And watching someone else play it, it's pretty alright. A bit slow to start, but it's alright. And then I played it myself and I just didn't like it. Honestly, I just didn't like it. I didn't know where it was going because the person I was watching play it, they didn't finish. So I didn't know where it was going after a certain point. And obviously, the whole idea of my opinion was, I feel like they try to tackle a certain political thing as far as it pertains to police and minorities. And I wasn't necessarily a fan of the direction they took. I just feel like that wasn't handled in a way that had a compelling enough message. And I think they could have done it a lot differently. The whole way that the game kicks off, I feel, was poorly executed. And if it were me and I was sitting in the boardroom, I probably would have taken it a different direction to some degree. If you've played it, you might know what I mean. But I just feel like there were some unrealistic aspects to the way it played out as it pertains to law enforcement and everything just surrounding the initial events that kicked off the game that just didn't resonate with me as a player. And so I didn't necessarily feel connected to the story that Life is Strange 2 was telling, if that makes sense. And so I didn't like it that much. Now move on to True Colors, and aesthetically it was very, very pleasing. It looked so good, and obviously my anticipation was so high, my expectations were so high, because mind you, myself speaking, I had only played Life is Strange 1 myself, and I really enjoyed the gameplay of that. Well, by this time also, tons of other games with this kind of, what are they called? I can't remember. But story chart things, plenty of other kinds of this sort of game had come at this point. And obviously a new favorite emerged for me, which is Detroit Become Human. And that game was beautifully done as far as storytelling goes and the gravity of the choices you can make go. So I had pretty high expectations for Life is Strange True Colors. And the reason why I have these expectations are because, like I said before, Life is Strange was my first introduction to this sort of game. And for me, in my mind, your experience could be different, with somewhat of a pioneer in this specific genre of video game for me. So all these great games have come in the time span between point A and point C to where I'm like, this is going to be good. This is going to be great. And unfortunately, although I really liked the look of it and how it started out was really interesting to me, I was pretty let down. I got what you could consider a perfect ending. Can you even say that? It was just an overall happy ending. Everyone believed me and the guy was gone. Mind you, this was first playthrough and everything. It left me with no reason to go back and see what else could have happened, because Life is Strange 1, where the decision is more, there's more to debate about as far as where your morals are. I didn't feel anything like that coming out of Life is Strange True Colors. I really didn't. The ending to me just felt so cleanly okay, everything's good and happy. So I was a bit underwhelmed and overall just disappointed. And there was an episode in particular that I just completely didn't like. And it was one of the longer ones where it was like going back into the past or whatever. And I was like, I started to lose interest at that point when I was playing. So even though I liked the music, I liked the look of it, I just didn't find the story to be all that compelling. And past a certain point where it became clear to me a certain something, and I'm trying to say it without necessarily spoiling. I didn't feel that same dilemma in that game as I felt with Life is Strange 1's final choice and a lot of the game. A lot of the decisions in True Colors, it just seemed more so obvious what the right thing to do was. Basically, I was disappointed by True Colors, and I'm not a huge fan of Life is Strange 2 either, past a certain point. I feel like Life is Strange 2 Colors started out very strong, and then went downhill for me. And then I feel like Life is Strange 2 started out bad for me, got better, and then went back down for me. So going into Life is Strange 4 and knowing that it's a direct continuance or whatever, that's just what I read, of Life is Strange 1, we'll see how true that is whenever I watch the trailer. I'm more interested just because I feel like Life is Strange 1 is where all the magic was. And feel free to disagree with me as we're here to have a conversation. I feel like that was a pretty good sum up of where I'm at and how I feel about this franchise. All the magic was in Life is Strange 1, so if you tell me, we're continuing from that point, well, my ears have perked up and I'm interested. So without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this trailer and see what this next Life is Strange game is going to be all about, and if it's going to be worth it and do what the other two installments couldn't and didn't do for me. Alright, you guys, let's see what we've got here.
I swore I'd never use my power again. But 2 nights ago...
Wait, so this is still gonna follow Max? I thought maybe it'd be someone else, but just taking place in Arcadia Bay, but no, it's about Max. Maybe it's gonna be based off, because I know they were doing like a comic series of some kind for a while. Maybe it's gonna be based off that.
I found my friend's body in the woods.
Wow, she looks really good here. I mean, she looks really different though. Does that look like Max to you guys, or does this just look like another brunette with blue eyes?
I don't know who I can trust. Or who trusts me.
Okay, so this is gonna be a who did it, who done it. Not really sure how I feel about that. Coming off of True Colors, but it could be good. I don't know.
But my friend Safi is dead. So why can I still hear her voice? Focusing my power, I somehow shifted into a parallel timeline. Here, Safi is still alive. The danger stalks our every step. And only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on. Parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
I don't know, she doesn't really look like Max, but I know like she aged, obviously, so she's not gonna look exactly the same. And then also like the voice actress is the same, right? On the narration, it sounds like the same voice actress, but like her actually talking to the friend, like sounds really different.
I can still save Safi. If I can solve and prevent the same murder across 2 timelines.
Well, so that's coming out soon then.
PlayStation.
Okay, I definitely have some thoughts on that. So honestly, I don't feel good about it. I know some people are probably hyped up. It's coming out in October. Fitting time for a murder mystery, considering it'll be like right around Halloween. But I don't know. I just feel it didn't give me what I was hoping for, I guess you could say. Hearing that it would be continuing off of Life is Strange 1. It doesn't look like it's that much of a continuance other than the fact that it's Max Caulfield. But I didn't feel, her character definitely didn't feel the same, but maybe we'll get to know what's happened ever since whatever choice you decide to make as it pertains to Arcadia Bay. But it didn't feel like, I don't know, I didn't feel the essence of a Life is Strange title. Maybe it was like because with the music they used or whatever. I don't know. I think I'll have to see another trailer to really get excited or to think like, oh, I'm definitely gonna play this. I don't know right now. I feel like this would probably be like a game where I'll probably watch some gameplay, a little bit of gameplay from someone else before deciding if I want to check it out or try it. Probably. I don't know, but that being said, I did plan on doing a Life is Strange game night soon, where we revisit Life is Strange 1, just in honor of the fact that another one's coming out. But because I don't feel the hype for this, I'm not so sure if I'm going to do that. I still might. We will see. But I don't know. I was pretty underwhelmed by that trailer. What did you guys think? You saw the trailer. Even if you haven't played a Life is Strange game before, did it appeal to you? Or did it, if you have played Life is Strange game, did it give you that vibe? I don't know. I didn't feel great about it. I'll have to see more stuff. I'll have to see more content related to it, or see a extended trailer or something of that nature. It's only what I just watched was only from a month ago, so maybe more stuff is yet to come that'll make it a little bit more compelling. But I don't know. It had that underwhelming feeling that I was hoping not to have in this. So yeah. Also, this video is gonna be like doozy to edit because my cats are just doing the most in this recording. So yeah, but the trailer didn't wow me or get me excited. Sad. After everything I was saying in the beginning about Life is Strange and the franchise, I was really expecting more, or just hoping that it would exceed just how I felt about the last two. I'll just have to see more. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't want to end it on a low, but that's pretty much all I have to say. So peace out, you guys.